What's up, YouTube? So this is my 37-gallon tank. It's acrylic tank. It's got an right now it's got an under gravel filter from a I got a good deal on this guy that just opened a fish store downtown, and he had this old 55-gallon under gravel filter thing that he gave me for $10. So I jumped on it, and I used half of it because the 55-gallon under gravel comes with 2 sections. I just used half of the kit with 1 tube on this because I have similar dimensions to like a 29-gallon tank. With this 37, it's just taller. I have a power head attached to this. Some people like to use air to move the water through this. If you attach a power head to this, it really does the job a lot better. You can get a lot more filtration, and it moves water around. It's all in all, it's better to use a power head, unless you have a really small tank, like maybe a 5-gallon or a 10 or 15-gallon. But you know, once you start getting bigger tanks, you're going to need a power head because you're going to need to get agitation with the oxygen straight in. As you can tell, this power head, that's what it's doing right now. You're going to have to mix the air with the water with mechanical agitation so it actually absorbs the oxygen. But so how these work is there's a hollow space underneath the gravel here, and the tube runs into this hollow space, and it constantly sucks water through the gravel, through the tube, back up. You know, there's the pump, and it just expels the water back into the system. And your filter is actually your gravel. Your gravel substrate is your filter, and these setups work extremely well. A lot of people, they're super old. They're old. It's old technology. There's a lot newer stuff like moving beds, fluidized beds, and refugiums, and aquaponics, and like sump setups, bioballs, and all that stuff. So, and that's what this tank was. I have a stand outside that came with this, and with a 15-gallon sump, and I had bioballs, and you know, the whole setup underneath with a nice siphon overflow system at the top, and it was a really good setup. I parted the system out because I started a new tank. I scored some parts off of it and went a different route, and I needed space, so I was moving this tank around, and I got rid of the stand, and I just set this tank on a really nice old dresser, a heavy-duty dresser that I have. So I just set it right on there. But I got rid of my filtration system, so I had to come up with a new way to filter this tank. So I chose to go with the under gravel. And I made the switch from bioballs to this under gravel filter system with the power head here. And my tank didn't even cycle at all. No ammonia, no nitrite. It just... So the amount of filtration it was, you know, to support the amount of fish that I had in there. I'm assuming that the bioballs that I had set up was way overkill for this small of a tank. But it's doing extremely well now. You can see my two little catfish there. They're really small now because they're only like a couple months old, and I don't feed them a lot right now. When they go into my big tank, then they're going to get fed like whole turkeys every day, so they're going to get massive. But then I got my eel in there, and my red-tailed shark, and some other stuff. They're all hiding behind this rock. But yeah, I just want to do a video on this under gravel filter. There's actually not a lot of videos on YouTube of under gravel filters working, especially with the power head. You see them a lot with air, but this guy here. Let's see if I can get a good angle out of the. There we go. That's a power head attached to the tube for my under gravel filter, and that power head there flows 330 gallons. That's what it's rated at, 330 gallons an hour, and that's plenty good enough for this size tank. It's actually pretty nice. And the air coming into it, these power heads are built for this. They come with a little air fitting and a nozzle you can adjust with a needle valve how much air comes into that. The problem is this type of setup if you open that valve up, you're going to put so much bubbles into your water that your water is not going to be clear. And right now it's on the verge of doing that, but I'd like to keep it well oxygenated at this point in time for my fish. And really, there's not a lot of attention on this tank anymore. I've kind of given up hope on it for the most part. I mean, I'm still doing the maintenance and whatnot, but I'm focusing a lot on my small tank, believe it or not, my 5-gallon, because it has all my really cool little fish in it, and then my new 130-gallon setup, which uses a 90-gallon. But anyways, yeah, I thought you'd like to see an under gravel filter like this doing its job. We'll see you later.